Yo, how's it going? 10 seconds in, flipping the screen. Boom! As Daisha would do. I have to go like that though. And like that. And boom! Cool. Hope you're well, guys. Right, let's flip some comments up. Can I do this? Can I do this? Show. Bosh. You should be getting that. Wicked. Cool. Terry James here, Bretsy. To those that know me for a long time. Wanted to come out today, do the mindset, mental health challenge, and just have a little chat with you really about a few little secrets or things you may not have known about me. Essentially, I wanted to talk about, well, first of all, thank you, TC. TZ. Struggle to say your name, darling. Absolutely pissing it down outside, so I'm really glad I wasn't trying to do any exercise out there today. So, TZ has nominated me, and a big thank you to her for the prevention of male suicide, mental health awareness, prevention of male suicide. The Calm Zone is the campaign against living miserably, and that's one that I've, with Crystal Palace Football Club, done the walks and talks and helped for the last couple of years. Has it been a couple of years? Well, good 18 months anyway. And I think that even within lockdown, Lee, the boys, Jake, Andy, Nick, and so many, Paul, so many other, Jim, James, another Beulah. Apart from that, I can't name you all. But well done for the work that I see that you're doing out there as well. So this is going live to a few platforms. So if you're watching, wherever you're watching from, it should be enabled that you're able to throw up comments. A little bit of music in the background as well. That's a new thing. Just playing with it, really. Hope you like it. So what's going on? Well, why these challenges? Well, basically, we like to do these challenges because it helps form new habits. And it takes like 21, 28 days to form new habits. So within the mindset and self-development world, it's super important to be taking the actions towards your desired outcomes. That sounds a bit fluffy. Basically, just doing the shit towards what's going to get you what you want, in layman's terms, okay? So to form habits, we create accountability as well with doing this, because I know that some days, like maybe like today, I'd be like, oh, sod it. My nephew's here, Frankie. You would have seen him on a few videos, and he would have very much wanted to get involved and do a little bit of exercise and what have you. Go out on a bike. I know he's got challenges with his school, but it's just not always going to be possible. Yes, okay, we can go out on bikes when it's raining. I just don't want to, quite simply. So also it's about building awareness for ourselves. You see me up on here looking over to there. It's because I'm actually live on Instagram as well in the background. So we're going hello out to YouTube, hello out to LinkedIn, hello out to Terry James, the fan page, essentially. And then, of course, my personal profile on Facebook, which is Terry Bretsy James. So we build the awareness out for mental health awareness and the people not being alone. We create accountability for ourselves, and we also help for us to form new habits and to be around like-minded people that either like to actually, in a weird way, maybe watch other people do exercise, or it encourages you to go out and do a little bit yourself as well. So it's all good. So I wanted to come out a bit today and talk. You might have heard me talking a little bit about my energy recently and about me making changes. And so it's all a bit of a process, really. So what you didn't know about me is that I'm empathic. I'm part of an energy healer circle, and I'm a hypno coach, which basically means that I am an accredited coach with a licensed body kind of thing, and recognised. I'm also somebody that works, or used to actually, but I do work with people now, but just not too much one-on-one unless they're involved with like my digital team, like with work online, which I won't go into too much today. So the hypno coaching essentially is about us being aware, having thought-provoking sessions, dynamic workshops and models, frameworks that we use to make you aware of your feelings and your thoughts, make you aware of the relationship and the communication that you have with yourself, And what we're trying to create here is knowing, and what I'm going to get onto is about the pats and the ants. And the pats and the ants is the positive automatic thoughts, and the ants are the automatic negative thoughts. So when we're aware of this stuff through using things like affirmations, gratitude, coaching techniques, or even just listening to like meditations and audio to hypnosis, which are going to essentially reprogram faulty beliefs, reprogram better feeling thoughts and power statements, essentially, that will pop up on their own after that 21 to 28 days that we were talking about. So we started off doing like an Unbreakable 21 challenge, and that's 21 days of consecutive exercise and doing other things. Some of those things drop off, some of those things you don't do, and some of those things you do, and some of those things stay. Like, for instance, not having cookies every single night before going to bed was a big one for me. I've had a couple of nights when I've had a packet of crisps and a couple of chocolate biscuits or something. So what? A certain element of everything you do is about having, yes, good feeling thoughts and doing the things that make you happy, but at the same time, what serves you best. You know, you can do stuff on a short-term goal or win, which is great. I mean, the best way to get to those massive big goals, like the 2-year plans, is to create micro goals, and then you break down that big goal into micro goals, and so it's easy to hit little goals. If you just aim for the big goal, the big win, the big bonus, the chances are it's going to be harder, maybe take you longer, or you might not even get there. So that's worth bearing in mind. Sorry, should I say? So what happens to me when my energy is a bit shot, or when I'm not 100%, what I do is I slow down, and I slow down to essentially purge. And purging is a way of releasing. Hello over there on Insta. Hope you're well. I'm going to give you a couple of waves. I'm looking over there a hell of a lot because I'm actually live on the laptop stream to 5 places as well as going live there on an old iPhone of mine. So, and then my actual normal phone is here playing music. And the beauty of that is sometimes I can sit there and do stuff on there. So I've got multiple things going on. So still about multiple things. Sometimes that's one of the reasons why I was in the title of this, is that I was doing so much for other people, and I just had to slow down, and things had to shift and change. I buried deep down the emotions and stuff of when Doobie, my dog, passed I didn't put down the first week of lockdown, and I was on my own. So a couple of times that's poked its head back up, and I had to deal with that. Today was one of them. I've been starting to feel better. I started doing like a mind and body spiritual balance 14-day challenge, and that was good. Yesterday did a bit of yoga, did a bit of meditation, and it's good to try new things sometimes, because if you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always got. So if you try new things, you might get different results. Okay, so and that kind of worked for me. Also, what I did was I went back. I was talking to someone quite new about self-development, and talking to them about affirmations and about the communication, and fundamentally the most important relationship and the communication that you have is with yourself. So start there. And I thought, okay, well, I've been a little bit off recently, so why don't I go back to what I was giving to my first clients 18 months ago, and what I was listening to maybe for the first 8 or 9 months of my kind of journey. And it was really good, actually. I listened to those this morning, and thanks for the likes and the loves that just popped up there. I appreciate it. Chuck us a comment up. You can test if this thing works, and if your comment comes up on the screen that you're looking at, because I just see the screen I'm looking at here, which isn't actually on any social media. Albert Duval, hope you are well, brother. Hope to see you in Spain. I've been watching some of your videos on social media, cooking from the Fairways Kitchen in Spain. So that's great to see you doing well, and look forward to tasting some of your culinary delights very, very soon. Give you guys a wave over there as well. So what was the crack? What was the crack with pants and ants? Okay, so by me going for those automatic thoughts and being mindful that my energy was a bit off and I was doing too much and I had to slow down, and also I had to purge being, I've been promoting myself as a hypnotherapist and as a coach, a hypno coach for the past, actually be a hypnotherapist for 18 months. From maybe about a year ago, the whole coaching side came into it as well, because it was actually a year ago that I actually was exposed to certain communities online. Before, everything I was doing was offline, and it was me wanting to go on that kind of on that journey of self-discovery, as well as knowing I had to learn new stuff, how to market myself and how to become the best at what I do by almost like attraction marketing, or how to use certain tools online to get myself in front of people. It's not always going to work sort of getting flyers and business cards, going to networking things. It's a pain in the ass, quite frankly. And again, it's very salesy, because you've got an agenda and you're out there. Whereas what I do, talking and doing the fitness and the mindset challenges and stuff, that's more congruent with me. And the reason being is what you don't know about me is, I don't know if I can show you. Well, what some of you won't know, that this time last year I'd started for 4 months an alternative fitness and social club, and then it ended up turning into a kids dodgeball club once a week. And I actually might start doing that again once we're allowed, like maybe, I think we can do it now, 10, 15 people in the park, and do different games and stuff, like almost playground games we play. Catch the flag, bulldog, dodgeball, things like this. And we play it in parks and stuff. So that's something congruent with me for my own fitness gains, as well as being sociable, because I don't want to be sociable like going out to pubs and stuff anymore. To be honest, I don't even want to, I'm not going to do this, but I'm not going to go and work on doors or anything anymore, because it's fucking dangerous, one. And secondly, where there's a lot of nice people out there like to enjoy a drink, there's a lot of fucking idiots as well. And I think it's only a matter of time before there ends up being like problems, and I don't want problems. So the solution is don't do it. I'm a mechanic by trade, so I'm quite good with these, ladies and gents. I'm good at fixing things. I quite like a bit of DIY and stuff like that as well. Done house renovations, help people with theirs. Even done it as jobs sometimes, painting, decorating, that kind of thing, as well as doing jobs around the house and helping out. From a couple of weeks ago, seeing me sort of painting, rendering walls, to laying down a couple of slabs, to painting a room, or it's quite good to be able to do multiple different skills and stuff. So if you didn't know that, that kind of explains a little bit about why we've been purging, because I was working with a lot of people doing the hypno stuff, mindset stuff, and that was great. I've let go of all that now because I needed to concentrate on the bigger prize. I always knew that I would steer away from that for the digital entrepreneurship and the digital school of marketing, where you help other people essentially learn how to use the skills and tools that I'm using, like that you see me using all the time. And I'm just like a year into that journey. So the people that are kind of teaching me are a couple of years in, I'm a year in. People that I've got signing up, and I know that I'm not going to mention names, it's not fair, but someone that if she is watching, big congratulations. I will be messaging you personally later once I get a thumbs up that certain paperwork's been sent off. But that's great, and people see the value in certain products, services, and mindset, and that ability to actually help other people, and it's a powerful thing. Whether you're from whatever background you're in, unfortunately, because of the mindset and the programming stuff, we're all being programmed to think that we're not worthy, we're not good enough, that we're not safe, that it's not okay. And a year ago, I met a guy and was exposed to a guy called Adrian Wesley. And he is a clinical hypnotherapist, a Canadian chap that's living in Thailand. He was a clinical hypnotherapist, and he was a human optimization coach. He's a educational motivator, and he created what was essentially a audio club. And I've been part of that audio club probably since November. It only went live in April or March, but me and a few of other like-minded people that into our self-development, into our mindfulness, as well as like knowing that the quickest way for us to create these habits and the repetition to change the way we think and to change the way we live our lives is through hypnotherapy is the sure way to do it. Because where you could just say to yourself, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, over and 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 over, you get the point. Over and over again, it will suddenly start showing up. However, if you do the mindfulness stuff where you let go of thought and you allow stuff to come in, delta wave music and hypnosis audios for reprogramming your subconscious mind, for reprogramming these faulty belief systems that have been inherited, I suppose, to us. and programmed in from media, from news, from schooling, from parents, from all these things. And it's nobody's fault, okay? It's just your responsibility once you're aware of it to change that, to change that shit, okay? So Pat's positive automatic thoughts are created through repetition. So that's what I'm just talking about. Ants, automatic negative thoughts. I started getting some of these, and that's why I knew I had to slow down. I started getting some of these. I just expanded. I'd expanded. I had like sort of 9 to 11 people joining me in my online business and starting their own businesses and going on their journey, which was absolutely fucking amazing and great to support them. So then I know that I had to start doing a bit more, maybe nurturing a bit of more of the stuff, the coaching stuff that I would have been doing paid with people, but doing with them completely gratis, no cost, because I'm helping them to develop and we're working together. And so I give that value. So that's really congruent with me and who I am as a person, wanting to give to other people and to help other people in their lives to improve and to make positive changes, essentially. So it was like, okay, it's easy for me to let go of the coaching and the hypno stuff and not promote, because that's kind of what I was promoting anyway, rather than the digital stuff. And a couple of my team members, it's popped up a couple of times now where they're like, oh, I'm looking into doing a coaching course or this. And I'm like, we don't need to. And they're like, oh, but you've done it. So they're kind of looking at me and thinking, oh, that's what they need to do. But they don't. It's essentially myself and people above me that are helping me, training me, teaching me different tools and skills. They have either accreditations or they're essentially their coaches anyway. They're the leaders which are actually teaching you what to do. And then you're going to then be in a position to then go and show what you know to the newest member. And that's how it works. So people don't really need to be doing that. And it really got me a bit like, okay, well, if I'm a coach and I'm a this and I'm a that and I'm changing who I used to be. And that was my story then of where I've come from Spain and being the party boy and the DJ and owning bars and clubbing and partying all the time, to then wanting more, going through some, shitty times as we all do, wanting more, wanting to be more open, going on that spiritual journey and discovering a lot more and still discovering stuff all the time. That's all been going on in the background. So the whole slowing down, changing, you see, even at the beginning of this, seeing new banners, the way I'm doing things, video creation, even how I'm not just sitting here talking about a load of old crap. I've sort of structured and just wrote a few things down to keep me on point, keep the topic, and then when I'm done talking, we're done. I would like to always keep these videos to 5-10 minutes, but sometimes it's just not possible, and that's fine. If you get value out of it, great. Throw up some love, some comments towards the end, and I know people are watching it. If not, it doesn't matter to me. And that's the thing, where people might be watching this are actually trying to do these kind of things for themselves, digital entrepreneurship, or starting new things, or going on self-development journeys, or even being a bit more spiritual. The thing is it's all about you, and it's about your journey. So with the Purging, and I've just said it's all about you. That was like my dog's song. His name was Doobie, so we called him Doob. So we used to sing "It's All About Doobs," and we actually had a screen. I say we, it's like a couple of fiancés back. Don't go there. And before I went to Spain, and we'd have the screensaver on our computer, and it'd have all the pictures of him as a puppy. And anyone that knows him knew, what he meant to me and what he meant to everyone else. Essentially, I mean, people with dogs love their dogs, and other people that haven't had that don't understand. You can appreciate, but you don't understand. So today, I've been having a good old sort out, and I've been moving more stuff. Family members are now going to be moving into this house, the family home. The renovations and some of the stuff we've got is done to improve, to make it better space for all of us to be here. It's almost complete. I mean, this was an office, this room. This room was essentially an office before. Where I'm sat was where the desk was. It's a little bit messy over there. I basically pulled all my paperwork out from every top to the nook and cranny, crammed all of my stuff that I haven't sold or got rid of into a wardrobe, and even like some of my dad lives in Spain, so some of my dad's stuff's in there as well. And then I'm just going to just be a suitcase. I mean, I'm even sat on a machine over here that anyone knows what I do for a living. I got another machine so I can travel with it, because everything what I'm about essentially is mindset, consumption, as in what we're putting in our mind and our bodies, and our water. So mindset, water, health, fitness, very much wellness, health and wellness orientated, down to what we're drinking, what we're eating, and what we're putting into our minds as well, what we're choosing to think, feel, and do. Very important. So back onto Adrian a little bit, because I'm going to tag him up on these, and I'm thinking about, because the health, actually I'll talk about this whilst I'm doing squats and stuff. Yeah. What I wanted to do was, I thought, well, this fitness and stuff has been really good, and those that know me or follow a bit more on the old journey front will know that I lost a little bit of weight in lockdown. I've been doing more exercise and stuff like that, which is cool. There we go. I can do it from there. You can both see me. And what I've done is in here, and so I'm looking a bit better. But what I will do is I want to sculpt, and I want to shape and do more better nutrition, eating, and lifting. You know, not heavy weights and stuff, but sculpting my body. And I thought, okay, well, all of these challenges and stuff are all geared up. I'll sit down while I'm there, because I've still got Instagram over here. They're very feminine energy based, and I thought, well, maybe there's a few chaps out there would like to, and maybe some ladies as well, would like to step it up a gear, or maybe do some more kind of like bench work, like with dumbbells or resistance bands, doing different things like sculpting chest and working on abs a bit more. So that then, you know, I feel quite good where I am, but I still got a bit of body shame, and I'd like to take it to the next level. So someone like Adrian, that is by his own recognition, he calls himself the bald-headed beast, the beast from the east, I suppose, Adrian. And I know that he used to be a body sculptor builder, very much into his nutrition, you know, as well as the mind and body kind of stuff. It was Adrian that actually said about heart and brain coherence with lessons from Jerry and Esther Hicks with the teachings of Abraham, and Joe Dispenza, Dr. Joe Dispenza, talking about this stuff, and it's absolutely amazing. So I wanted to thank him for that. Also, for anyone else that's interested, wanting to like listen into maybe more hypnosis audios and stuff like that, you're always welcome to reach out to me. But I'd be quite happy to refer you straight on to Adrian's mission, which is to make self-love go viral, and to let people to turn their power on and let their unique flower bloom. It sounds a bit fluffy, doesn't it? But no, he's talking about inside we're all beautiful, and if you allow yourself to go inside, connect with yourself on a deeper, much better, profound level, then you can bloom. And that's all that we're here for, right? Essentially, every day above ground is a day to, you know, a great day, and it's a day that you're alive to thrive. And no matter how shitty it is outside, the sun is always shining behind the clouds. And you, my friends, have a choice. Have a choice. Everything you do. So I thought what I would do is, because I've put up a couple of posts, which is saying, do you want another challenge? Because I don't want to do lives talking to people about how 9 to 5 work is the old way and that people are living a life of freedom. I see these adverts all the time, and quite frankly, there's too fucking many of them. But also, people think it's shit and scary. So what I offer, because of I want to be congruent with me, I want to live my life, and also just realise I don't have to live my life any other way or be anyone else, because it's me. So if I want to do little fitness challenges, if I want to meet more people and talk to them about health, wellness, water, then great. Then if you want to, you can talk to me more. And I'm here. And you've got people like Adrian as well, that you can subscribe to his group, or subscribe to a channel, or say, oh, what is this affirmations you do? Or, you know, whatever it is, there's people there to help. And that's why it's worth doing exercise challenges. It's worth sharing information. It's worth talking. And then, of course, anybody that finds value or resonates in what, like, I'm saying, for instance, you choose to swipe by, or to like, or to share, or to listen. Everybody has a choice. None of us have to do anything. Okay, I know what we say to ourselves, oh, I've got to do this and I've got to do that. Yeah, they're things that you're obliged to, or they're responsibilities of you that you have to do. And that's it in a nutshell. Right, I need to open this door. Shall I put a different song? Oh, I'll tell you what I will put on for 2 minutes. A friend of mine sent me this DJ from Spain saying, oh, check out my new white label. I'll play this while I'm doing 25 push-ups. Let me know what you think. This is Ant Parker, east of town. And then I'll message him after this saying, dude, I just put your song live on Insta. I've not listened to it yet. Alright, push-ups. Does that work? Enjoy the tune, guys. That was really hard because I was going quite tight on my hands. Cat's looking at me like I'm a crazy man. So what do we think of this tune then? Turn it up for a second. We'll go for a couple more minutes, guys, and then we'll be just on the 30-minute mark for you, okay? Sorry, Felix. Catch you later, buddy. I like it. Music therapy, guys, try it. Laugh therapy, music therapy. One thing you can do. Fake it. Who cares? I've now got tingling in my head. Chemicals, feel good. Music, feel good. Pats, positive, automatic, force. Remember. I like this. Right, let's stop this silly nonsense. Cool. So, that is today's session. That is my mental health awareness. A little bit of my push-ups, whatever it is that I need to do. Put all this back on there. Yay. Snaky, snaky. Ding dong, did we like all that, did we? Cool, so thank you very much for anybody that's actually still on or going to be watching at any given time. I appreciate every single one of you. And yeah, just, sometimes we all struggle. Oh, with the purging thing, I purged massively today. I did say that I listened to some of the audios from before. Motivation audio in the morning, one of the affirmations as well. Basically, the trick with that, guys, is that I wake up and I put on these audios or a hypno audio with my own or Adrian's or even people that trained me over a couple of years ago. And then what happens is it goes in. Your mind is always listening to you. So if you're listening to the news and fall asleep in bed at night, you're going to be listening to all that shit. If you're watching horror films and you fall asleep, your mind, your subconscious mind is always listening and recording everything that happens around you. So if you're aware of that, let's put some good shit in there. Do you know what I mean? So even like with the kids when they stay here, and I say to their mum and nanny, I'm like, can I just go in there and change the video that they're like, don't turn it off because I can't fall asleep. Can I just go in there and just change it to like delta waves or something so it's nice and soothing? So we'll see what happens. By the way, don't be doing that with children, but it's when they're a certain age, there's certain things like it would be nice for them to listen to. But yeah, don't be like putting hypnosis audios around 5-year-olds or something. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of irresponsible. But if you are interested in just like delta waves and nice soothing music and stuff, then that's great. So I woke up this morning with a spring in my step and I was like, oh, good, starting to feel back there again. not so much of a twitchy eye and thinking, right, what have I got to do today? There's been a lot of stress and stuff, so I have to let stuff go. And then I jumped in the shower thinking, I feel good. My thoughts were kind of good. And then I just started thinking about my dog straight away. I started thinking about him, and I was like, okay, this has popped up for a reason. So I just let it out. So I just played like 4 or 5 songs whilst in the shower and cried. That was it. And because I was sorting out stuff and throwing more stuff away and sorting out old paperwork, and I've got client, like where I've seen clients and then had like the different notes or the different things I would write for that person, the language that I would use for certain language patterns to speak for them for their own meditations or for their own bespoke hypnosis audios. There's quite a lot of information. There's also courses and stuff. I've done courses upon courses of self-education to do with coaching, different things to do with mindset, or whether it be like content creation and writing and things that I know that I'm lacking in myself that I need to improve on to be better, to be a better version of me. And there's just stuff everywhere. So I need to go through it all. And I thought, well, that's what I'm going to do today. And then I got my dog's ashes and I had his lead and that kind of stuff. And I went to say, well, it's time to, well, I was going to say time to say goodbye, but it's not goodbye. But to certain things. And basically, I just sort of looked, my nephew looked at me and I went, yeah, maybe it's too soon. So I put them back. But I feel all right. I feel good. And I feel good to have done this. I've had a good chat with you about why we do these challenges, what I want to do moving forward. A little bit that you didn't know about me, about fitness. Oh, another thing, a little dropper for you. I'm a mechanic by trade. From the age of 16 to 20 or 19, I did my apprenticeship with Citroen. When I was a young boy, my father said to me, anybody that knows that song? When I was a young boy, I used to take away my push bikes and stuff. I'd even at times take away like ovens, microwaves, all sorts of hardware, videos, VHS videos and stuff. I'd take them apart and I wouldn't try and fix them. Actually, sometimes it would be like a cassette stuck in there, and I'd be like, take it apart, get the cassette out, and put it back together. So, that gives you a little bit of an understanding more about how I work. So I'm quite creative, I'm quite giving, and then when I'm giving in the wrong way, it bites me in the arse with my energy. So that's why I've had to shift. I've had to let stuff go. I've had to allow myself the time to purge and to be, okay, what's bothering me? What do I need to let go of? What needs to be felt? Because I would have been a nightmare if I hadn't handled certain things during lockdown as I did when I was on my Jack Jones. But that's fine. I think I just changed talking. That's why I wanted to talk about the Adrian stuff, which I thank him for, and about the pats and the ants, was because that's what really made it aware to me that, okay, it's not that I'm not okay. It's just I wasn't as good as I could have been, and I had to let go of some stuff. Some stuff had to shift, some change. It's almost like a lesson. It's like something saying to you, by the way, you're not in flow at the moment, dude. So therefore, you need to tweak some things, and it's to do with your spiritual alignment. Some of you might have heard about chakras and things like that. More and more people are getting into this kind of thing. Which is beautiful, really, because it's like enlightenment, people having better relaxation, going within, and it's all self-development driven, really. Insta just stopped, but I got back on. Cool. Hope you're all well. So, anybody you watching this anywhere, do us a favour, throw us up some likes and some comments, because then other people get to see it. Also, I get to engage with you, because if no one engages, I never know who I can basically thank or who I can shout out. And let's thank it. Let's face it, if you're on one of these and then someone shouts you out, you love it, don't you? I know I love it when I'm watching my mentors or peers do their TV programs. It's like they'll do. I can't say the name, you see, but something #TV episode 4, and it'll be the private TV or live meeting of them within their own group, and it's quite good. I'm not going down that route, but what I would like you to do is if I can ask you to do something for me, is engage with me, and if anybody wants to see me do maybe something like the Terry's transformation in 10 or something, and we'll do, I did 40 squats, 25 push-ups, but we'll do some other stuff. I mean, that's why I wanted to do what I was doing in the room here, because I've built up the weight. Well, it's not a weight bench, but I've made it sturdy enough that I can use it as a weight bench. Pulled my dumbbells out. I can actually move this over here. I actually had to chop the legs off of the bed as well, because where it sat, the door on which used to be an airing cupboard when there used to be such a thing. Now it's different and it's just a cupboard. But it would hit the bed, and I was like, well, we need a new bed, or we need to change it. I don't want to sleep on the floor. And then I basically said, well, it's good having stuff underneath the bed, right? Because it's extra storage for everybody. So that's great. But it doesn't need to be this big. So I moved it down to that big, chopped off 3 inches off the bottom. Let's not get into that, because let's face it, when a bloke says 3 inches, it's different than what 3 inches is, right? You get me? But that being said, 3 inches measure twice, cut once like a good boy, if you know your chippies or your joinery. And dropped it back on the deck, chucked all of my the Rabble fitness stuff that I had, the dodgeballs, the punch bags, and I thought, oh, that would be a really good idea. Again, I used to earn money from doing that, but I don't want to earn money from it. I'd just like to meet some new people and get to talk and spread a message to like-minded people that want to know about how to stop these pats and these ants, how that we can start having a bit more relaxation, how we can become better versions of ourselves, or the best version of ourselves. Oh, I can put that on there. Yes, I've done it. M's, brilliant. Thank you, Terry. I've got so much from your life today. Oh, bless you. Yeah, I've been far-arsing around playing with some new toys, which wouldn't let me do, and I wanted to basically do it that people could comment, and I can drop your comment up there. So leave me a comment, Emma. Can you have I put that on there and you're seeing it wherever you are? Because it could be on 5 different places. I imagine you're on Facebook though. And then also I'll see how long it takes for it to come back, because there'll be like a delay. But yeah, great. Great to have you on here, Emma. I've known Emma since I was 15 years old, guys. And Emma and I have just become basically lifetime business partners, essentially. And we both very, very much into similar things: self-development, family, wellness, and being the best versions of ourselves, sustainable living, being happy, choosing life, not working for the man, and taking charge of our own destiny, really. So lovely to be affiliated, I suppose, wink wink, or to be in this space with you at this present moment in time, Emma. The pleasure is absolutely mine. We actually met each other working at the age of 15 in a dish. Well, do you know? She put another one up. Yes, Facebook. Woohoo! It works. Boom, boom. We met when we were 15 working in a food court in town. And I remember it like yesterday. She hasn't changed a bit, bless her. So it's all good. Yes, good girl. Love it. So yeah, it's an absolute pleasure. Haven't seen Emma for a long time. I've been in Spain for 10 years, and we met on a challenge. Basically, Emma saw some posts and stuff. I think it's actually a paid advert that I put out, maybe, or she might have seen something on my social media. I'm not sure if we were friends, and but we are now. And she got on board with an Unbreakable 21 challenge, which essentially was a challenge about us doing different things for 21 days to create new habits and beliefs. Super, super powerful. This girl, boom. That's my girl. She absolutely fucking smashed it. Won loads of prizes. So watch out if you're interested in that kind of thing. We aren't the kind of people that just go around banging on doors, trying to shout at people how to live their lives. No. What we like to do is offer value. We like to actually support and care and show. And to be honest, I know that one of my purpose, when my dog went, that was my purpose for 14 and a half years, kind of. And I know that we went through a lot, and he was sent to me essentially. And everything happens for a reason. And the time when he went was when I knew I'd be okay, because otherwise he'd still be here basically. And then I've shifted and moved. Then we've done some more challenges and stuff like that in lockdown, and really helped people to really realise that there's this, there's things like for 15 Minutes to Happiness. There's books like The Power of Now. There's books of You Are a Badass, and so many more. So many more. And people can go on that. That was the best challenge of my life so far. Well, you wait, darling, because you're going to make in your own challenges pretty much soon. The challenge of life is set upon you, and you're just going to go onwards and upwards and help more people and grow and develop yourself. In the year that I've been on board doing this online thing, and now that I'm like fully on board, I'm never going to sell my time for money again. I'm never going to basically go somewhere and be like, I am valuing my worth at that, because I see it differently now. I see it as value and energy rather than monetary. Anyhow, I'm going down a rabbit hole here, but it's really good, and I've now realised that being congruent with me isn't me not having a beer in the park and going, oh, I think I was alcohol dependent for many years, but I wasn't an alcoholic. I had a bad relationship with alcohol, but there's nothing to say now that I can't go and have a beer. If I'm saying to myself, I can't, and I think that's what I was doing. I was kind of saying, well, I can't be seen to be having a good time, because even now I'll pick up a cigarette. I mean, Christ, I'll smoke a joint occasionally. I really couldn't give a fuck what anyone else thinks, because it's about what I want to do, and about, I would rather go and smoke a spliff with a pal, or on my own, let's face it, on my own, rather than sit and drink a bottle of wine. So who am I harming? And by me being kind of maybe a little bit arsey, or a little bit like, look, I don't give a shit. It's because of I cared too much before about what other people thought, that now I can say I don't give a shit, because I can do what I want. You can do what you want. Everything is a choice. Someone say to me, oh, I wish I was as positive as you, and I'll say happiness is a choice, and they'll say it's not as easy as that. Well, it is. It is as easy as that, but the problem is the repetition. Because if you practice, let's say mindset challenge for you guys. Say to yourself, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay 5 times every day, and say to yourself, whatever it is you think you're not. So I'd be like, I am worthy and deserving. I'm worthy and deserving. Probably not a good one at the moment. I am enough is a great one. I am, everything's going to be okay. I am enough. I am enough. Say both of those for 10 days, for 5 days, or just do it for 7 days, doing it every day, say it 5 times in the mornings when you wake up. That is how a lot of people have started to change the way they think, is because of their forcing stuff, repetition. So I listen to those audios I was talking about earlier, right? So I wake up in the morning, about 7, 8 o'clock, bang, on goes one of Adrian Wesley's audios or my audios, and then I'll go straight back to sleep, but it is going in. We're always listening. And then I'll put on the affirmations or the motivation is that you can do whatever, whatever it is. I mean, I quite like being quite shouty. Yeah? I don't like doing that with other people. I know that everyone has different styles and everyone resonates differently. Well, I don't want to be a motivational educator that's standing up there saying, you must. Too much. I kind of say that this is what I do, but it is all down to you. Whereas other people maybe will fluff a little bit more. And that's fine, because if you're not watching this now because you don't like me, and that's fine. If you are watching this, it's because you do, or because of something resonates with you, or there's some value from what I'm saying. So where are we going? We're going to do the 25-day, the last day of the Mental Health Awareness Challenge. But what I'm going to do is I want to very, very quickly, we won't start straight away, but I will be doing it, and I'll be throwing it out there for other people to give me a bit of feedback. I've done a 30-day mindset challenge before, which was a bit like an audio club thing, where I would, every morning, when I woke up, I'd be like, morning guys, how are we doing? Blah, 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 blah. And I would set people challenges. We were basically doing like the Magic, which is a book, and it's a daily task book about gratitude. Super, super powerful. This is fundamentally where I started. This is where I used to start any single person I would work with. I'd talk to them about positivity, gratitude, affirmations, programming of our minds, about the intelligent, about the primitive brain, what's happening with chemicals and all this kind of stuff. So I would like to do the more of the fitness stuff. It doesn't bother me that my friend would turn around and say, "Oh, who are you to tell people to be fit, but you'll have a beer and smoke?" Sue me, dude. Fucking try it. Whatever. I would like to do the fitness stuff a bit more. As I said before, I'm kind of creating that bit of accountability because I want to have a better shaped body. I'm going to be 40 next year, and I would like to hit 40 with the best mind, the best body, and the best bank balance, hasten to add, than I've ever had moving forward. Another friend of mine said at the weekend, he goes, "Oh, Brexy, you've lost lots of weight," and I went, "Cool, yeah, a little bit more to go, I think." Or bulk up anyway, but I still got fat on me. I'm not saying I'm not going to be like a whippet or anything, probably not healthy. But he said, "Oh yeah, but you look a bit gaunt." The old Terry would have really bothered me, and it just went over my head. And it's like, well, it's not for him, or I know that when I look at sometimes people and you see that they've lost weight and you think they don't look as healthy. But they probably are, like with fitness and stuff. So that's what I want to do. I don't want to look puny and skinny, and I don't want to be like a complete monster. But I want to, when I was like the 85, 90 kilo, I'd like to be that size, but healthy and fit. So that being said, thank you, Emma, for jumping on and making comments for me. Absolute pleasure to be on this journey with you. I love you loads. And thank you. Namaste. Anyone else has jumped on, Instagram over there, the people that have been on, someone's actually been on the whole time, so it's like 50 minutes. So I love you too, and love anyone else that's jumped on. Remember that your thoughts are super powerful, guys, and that you truly do have a choice. Unfortunately, I feel really bad for tagging Adrian in this now because I doubt he's going to watch 45 minutes of me talking stuff and talking about stuff that I've learned from him. And stuff that's congruent and resonates with me as a person moving forward in this human existence that we live as energy beings in this human avatar. I spoke to a couple of people today actually about when people don't feel right in their skin, or they don't feel themselves, or they've never felt comfortable or confident. And I get that. And that's something to do with us being kind of connected with ourselves spiritually, and then not liking what we see. And again, it's through faulty programming, faulty beliefs, and you can turn it around. I mean, one guy, I hope that he sees this, I really do. I just flicked on his profile. I know that we all put flattering photos on social media, right? Because we're not going to put photos of ourselves looking shit. Different a video, you get what you get. And I know I look a bit baggy today, but then I'm telling you, I cried for an hour this morning, and I don't care if I cry. If I need to cry, I'll cry. If I want to cry now, I'll cry. I'm not going to stop myself. I don't think it's big. I don't mean macho, and I don't think it's any good for us to say, "Oh, I don't cry." I remember saying, "Well, I haven't cried in 5 years." In my 20s. Fuck that. You need to cry. You need to cry. So anyway, if I was having a point, then it's time to leave it. So take care, be good, and I'll speak to you all soon. Let's have a go ski. Right, we're going to get off Instagram because last time I pressed the wrong button. End it now. Cool. Share it. Download video. No, just share it. Right, play with you in a minute. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for being in my lives. Thank you for being alive in this, on this journey with each other. Just remember one thing before I go, guys. Don't take life too seriously, because none of us get out alive anyway. It's too short. But remember, it's not always about starting and finishing. It's about what you do while you're here. I'm not going to say it's about destination journeys and all that, but you came here from something as an energy being. You're going to go to something. What you do here is super, super important. And what you do here isn't about you working hard to get all these material things. It's about the actions you take whilst you're here. Okay. It truly, truly is. And it's about enjoying yourself You could have £1 million and be fucking really unhappy and be a complete arsehole to everyone. Or you could have fuck all and you could be beautiful. Now that's what I'm talking about. Get into flow. Trust who you are. So I did say that the guy that I was looking at his profile about the photos, that was a bit I want to go to. He's a beautiful man, by the way, but he doesn't see it. And so it actually ties in nicely with what I'm saying now. So thank you to whoever's passed it back down to me. Is you do have a choice. Be kind to yourself and look at how you're talking to yourself, essentially, because your thoughts are powerful, and we are creating our reality through our thoughts. So if you think everything's going to be shit, it will be. So before I drop the mic, whether you think you can't or whether you think you can, you're probably right. Happy hump day, guys, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Hope you're well. Take care. Peace.